much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planets align, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. The night is young, we're out and free. If you can, try to catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. They'll never see us 'cause we're moving the night. We're always ready if they put up a fight. Outrun, outclimb, we'll outshine. You will run and think it's worth it to try. So listen up, I'm calling your bluff, calling your bluff. Yeah, give it up, I think you've had enough. We're renegades. Yeah, we're renegades. Too much on the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planets align, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, let's keep going all night. So listen up, I'm calling your bluff, calling your bluff. Yeah, give it up, think you've had enough. We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. of earth won't let you out. This is where you fall down. You weren't ready when heaven rained down in a storm cloud. Oh, don't let your feelings out. Every word you speak on the back page, dripping in a joke in a seascape. In your love shell, you weren't ready to meet the angels. When you fall, then it don't. When you care, then it won't. You weren't ready when heaven rained down. When you fall, should've cared. When you see standing there. When you fall, should've cared. When you see standing anywhere. I saw the way you turned me on, even as I saw through you. I saw the way you called it, yeah, I saw the way you knew. And every time the world is wrong, we see it crystal clear. But we maintain the illusion that we all know why we're here. Should've cared. When you see our love standing there. We fall. Should've cared. When you see our love standing anywhere.
Third International Hammer Challenge. A finals. Final step number 1 is about to begin. Elikkä Hammer Challengein A-finaalin ykkösvaihe alkaa nyt.
Lauantai-ilta ja kello on tosiaan vähän vaille 9. Aika tarkkaan jo.
Kyllä.
Ja niin tässä hommassa sitten lähtee A-finaali steppi 1 sitten liikenteeseen ja
36 bowlers, 18 matches, 18 winners, and those 18 winners will continue tomorrow morning 10 a.m. in final step number 2. So, players in this round. Pair 1 and 2, Niko Kärkkäinen, Tim Stampe. 3 and 4, Kevin Melin, Ossian Kinnari. 5-6, Juho Vuoppola, Sanna Oksanen. And 7 and 8, Matias Ankerdal going against Carl Eklund. 9 and 10, Megan DK, Leevi Saikkala, and on 11 and 12, Rami Mukkula, Pontus Palkev. 13-14, Robert Smith, versus Emma Palermo. And 15 and 16, Roni Leskinen, Stella Lökfors. 17-18, Elissa Mehmet, Timo Raatikainen. And 19-20, Gert Roos versus Robin Mikras. 21 and 22, Teemu Putkisto, Petteri Salonen. 23-24, Lukas Heijel going against Santtu Juutilainen. 25-26, Simon Tissarinen, Alex Joki. And on pair 27 and 28, Patrick Päiviö, Markus Lahti. 29 and 30, Robin Newberry, Nicholas Carter. And lanes 31 and 32, two lefties, Karo Hilokoski, Joonas Jehkinen. And on 33 and 34, Juho Rissanen, Jussi Laine. And on the last pair, 35 and 36, Aatu Tapaninmäki, Santtu Tahvanainen.
Joo. That's 18 pairs of competition and only 18 will go forward on here.
Yeah, these matches are best of 5, and in the case of tie, the one ball roll-offs will be repeatedly done until there's a winner.
And on here, lane 36, Santtu Tahvanainen.
Yeah, Santtu, who won a PBA title last season in the States, and he actually had a accident a couple of days ago with a scooter. There is a broken bone in his hand, and it definitely doesn't look like that he's able to bowl on a normal level. We keep monitoring that game, if Santtu is even going to finish that game.
Yeah, let's go backwards.
Joonas Jehkinen has started with a triple. Karo Hilokoski has opened up in the second frame. This is interesting, two lefties going against each other. Four-bagger for Joonas. And especially what makes it interesting, Karo usually likes to play with urethane, but obviously, like you can see, he is not using urethane either. So that would make it easier for Joonas to stay focused and keep up with the pattern on that pair. Robin Newberry, Nicholas Carter. Robin Newberry, I remember he's been several times here in Finland playing Ballmaster Open, and obviously probably all the times, all these 3 times that Hammer International has been played.
Then straight from our booth.
Yeah, Simon Tissarinen, he has started with a triple. This time even very, very light 4-pin. He's going against Alex Joki, who I already mentioned in the final step B that Alex Joki did win, for example, AIK tournament less than 2 years ago. Very talented bowler. And also on this pair 27-28, Markus Lahti, I think he got 2 gold medals or maybe even 3 gold medals in European junior championships here a couple of years ago.
Then
And that's interesting match between Teemu Putkisto and Petteri Salonen. Petteri Salonen, who is nowadays a senior bowler, although he hasn't reached that 50 years, but this year in December that's going to happen, so that's why he's already a senior. He's been dominating senior competition this year, winning the European Championship, Masters Gold, and also Finnish Championship. And even though he's a senior bowler, he still plays like, well, not that good probably when his best days were, but really on a high level. And don't be surprised if he's continuing his journey in this tournament deep into the day tomorrow, because he obviously knows the tricks of this bowling center.
and you interviewed,
Yeah, we can actually play a clip
yeah, let's
from
see
Petteri.
what Petteri told between B final and A final.
Äsken sulla oli tiukka peli Panu Nurmiloa vastaan senioreiden vikalla pudotuspelikierroksella. Ja nyt meet suoraan tuohon A-finaaliin tästä, niin millä mielellä?
No ihan hyvällä mielellä, että 2 tiukkaa matsia takana ja olisi voinut mennä ihan miten päin vaan, mutta periaatteessa
raskas, kun tässä ei tule niin älyttömästi sarjoja, että olisi vaikka sauma päästä sinne ihan top 4 telkkaripeleihin.
aina on saumaa, pääsee pelaamaan eteenpäin, et koskaan ei tiedä mitä kaveri tietysti tekee, mutta mun mielestä tämä peliformaatti, niin nyt on saumaa.
No niin, ei muuta kuin onnea jatkoa ja katsotaan nähdäänkö sut huomenna siellä paras valoissa.
Katsotaan vai nähdäänkö jossain muissa valoissa.
Onnea sulle.
Kiitti.
Sorry about the small blockout on the sound what I did on the system, but there was Petteri and he's playful.
Yeah, usual Petteri's behavior. Not too stressed and always feeling fine.
Yeah, we have to take this couple times again. It wasn't the first take, so there was some.
So there is front 7 somewhere. Joonas Jehkinen that we already saw, so he's taking over that first game against Karo.
Yeah. Okay, where we left.
Yeah,
here.
we go back over there if he continues his streak.
Yeah.
Gertruus, it's all Estonian affair on this 19 and 20. Gertruus going against Robin Miklas. And Gert has left only once, so he's leading already by 33 pins, 35, 33. Good start for him. And then Timo Raatikainen, who's actually going to Reno Bowling Stadium to the US next month to play in Veterans World Championships.
Yeah. There is. Let's go check. Jonas is
Yeah, we can see.
throwing.
Check out what's going to happen with Jonas in 8th frame. And remember, we still have that 300 extra going on. So far, Puraharinen is the only one who has shot 300. But if there's going to be more, all those players will be competing for that 2,000 euros at the conclusion of the tournament top 4 play tomorrow. So it's not only a one game, it's something that can make you more money if you shoot the perfection over here.
On lanes 11, 12.
And Jonas has actually done 300 in this bowling center, also in Ballmaster Open, so don't be surprised if he's able to continue his streak all the way to the 12th shot.
And we had also Timo interview.
Yeah, we can show you Timo's interview.
Let's go with that.
Onko nyt? Timo Raatikainen. Pääsit kanssa tuolta senioripuolelta tuohon A-finaaliin. Sullahan on myös tulossa noin MM-kisatkin kohta tuolla Renossa. Mikä on pelikunto tällä hetkellä?
No se on ihan nolla. Kuten se tuossa näkyy, että en ole 200 saanut tänäänkään.
Siinä oli kyllä vähän ehkä tuuria. Reijalle ei ollut ihan paras päivä sua vastaan, niin siinä ei tarvinnut venyä eikä siinä ekassakaan matsissa. Mutta mitä luulet, olisiko kuitenkin rahkeessa vähän parantaa?
No täytyy toivoa, että nyt on seuraava vastustaja. Mä en usko, että se enää pudottaa tasoa tuossa 2 ekan jälkeen.
No ei muuta. Lähdetään katsoa, miten sulle käy.
No joo, näin tehdään. Hyvä.
Jonas is about to go in the 9th frame. And since there are 18 matches going on simultaneously, it's impossible to follow all of these games. But like told before, if you order Ballmaster channel, and this is Ballmaster channel, not International Challenge, by ordering that, then you can pick any pair or camera you want to see. That looks bad.
8 strikes, Pontus Falkholm.
But the result was good. Terrible shot, missed it way too much to the right, but luckily a weird messenger took out the 4-pin, so into the 10th frame we go. But before Jonas shoots his 10th frame, over here we have Roni Leskinen going against Stella Lökfors. Two youngsters playing each other, and on 13 and 14 Robert Smith playing against Emma Palerma, and Emma Palerma has played pretty nicely, 2 triples, and Robert Smith has 1 triple, so Emma is leading the first game by almost 30 including the handicap.
Yeah, we have a more clip on the Robert thing, but
We should
don't-
play it after we see what
yeah.
happens to Jonas.
We have some strikes going on.
But before Jonas goes up, I think Robert needs to get this strike, otherwise Emma is most likely going to get the first game. But perfect shot for Robert.
And then there's the next one.
Pontus Falkhel, yeah. So we have 2 different ones. Oh,
Okay.
that was a good shot. But leaving that ringing 10. But now Jonas is up on the approach. 10th frame. That looks better. Although too light. 3-7. No bonus money for Jonas.
So here.
Falkel is going obviously going to win this game against Rami Mukkula. Megan DK beats Levi Saikala in the first game.
We are on here, so we have still 8 games going on.
Matthias Ankerdal beat Kar Eklund. And Juho Vuopola is going to win his first game against Sanna Oksanen. Ossian Kinnari and Kevin Meli 247, 253. So that's high scoring. Ossian Kinnari finishing on top on the first game, and on lane. Oh, that's weird what's over there. But Tim Stampe won against Niko Kärkkäinen in the first game. I think what we should do is wait for all the first games to finish up so we can show you the graphics, what are the situations, and then we should be able to play that Robert Smith clip. Lukas Heidel wins first game against Santtu Juutilainen, and Petteri Salonen takes the first one against Teemu Putkisto, even though he misses that 4-game, but it didn't matter. And Timo Raatikainen beats Elissa Mehmet. Gert Roos wins game number 1 against Robin Niklas. Megan Dike we already saw, and also Pontus Falkhel.
On jumping,
13 and 14, that's the pair.
there was
Okay, Alex Joki, Simon Tissanen, that's also very high scoring, 250 to 30. Alex Joki taking the first one. Patrick Päiviö beats Markus Lahti, both shooting less than 200.
There we were. This was something that we checked.
Yeah, 13 to 16, that's the camera we need to see. There's Emma Palerma and Robert Smith.
Yeah.
And including handicap, Emma is leading by 18. So he just needs to stay, she needs to stay clean for her to win the first game. But that opens up the door for Robert. Okay, still a spare 7 is enough, but it's still 110. Washout, it's not that easy. And on the right pair, in the end, it was Ronnie Leskinen coming on top against Stella Ledfors in game 1. Ronnie Leskinen, who is actually at this moment serving time in Finnish Army.
So now we see, can Emma spare this?
Yeah, with a spare and 7 count, she would, and a perfect spare. So 7. And a reminder, in this tournament, ladies handicap is at regular 8 points, but if a male bowler and a female bowler play a tie, including handicap, then the male bowler wins that game. So it's not considered a tie. Should be more than... Yeah, Emma wins the first game.
Stella had a miss on spare.
Did you see which pins she had? Missed those completely. And
6-10 or...
I missed those completely. Weird. Robert Smith, who is 51 years old these days, he's actually using 14-pound bowling ball. But as you can see, there's so much power, it doesn't really matter to him. But the reason for that is that physically he feels the wear and toll on his body because of bowling, and 14-pounder is so much lighter, so that helps him to play a little bit longer tournaments than what would be the case with 15 or 16.
Yeah, using heavy ball is not good if you cannot play all day.
That's true. And back in the days, everybody, all male bowlers used 16, but the switch started to happen late 90s, early 2000 to 15. And also because people have more revs than in the past, that actual weight does not mean that much. But maybe we should now play that clip from Robert, and after that we can show you
We should have all the
results.
situation after game 1.
I have Robert Smith, a seasoned professional bowler veteran next to me. Hi, Robert.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Is this your first time here in Finland?
Yeah, this is my first trip out here to Finland, and it's been a great trip so far, the first 3 days here.
What are your first impressions about Tully Bowling Center?
Tully Bowling Center is probably one of the best looking bowling centers I have seen in a long time. I mean, just the scenery, the ambiance, the big, area to watch in the back. I mean, this almost feels like the bowling stadium in Reno. It's really nice.
And that's what I was going to come back to. Reno Bowling Stadium is pretty much like this, a bowling stadium. So, and I'm pretty sure you've seen hundreds and hundreds of bowling center. Would you say this ranks in the top 5?
Oh, at least top 5, at least. I mean, every bowling center is a little different, of course, but when you're talking, just the ambiance, seeing all the banners up here for tournament winners, going back to Mika and everybody else, this is quite a venue.
What about your bowling these days? Because you're already a senior bowler, 51 years old, physical, mental-wise. How are you doing?
Physically, I'm better than where I was at 35, so that's good. Mentally, I feel like I'm 16 still, so that's okay. But, everything's good. I don't bowl as much as I used to, but, it's fun to come out, bowl some tournaments, kind of get that competitive edge going again.
You still have that desiring you.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I do. I do enjoy this stuff. I mean, I still get upset and mad when I don't throw a good shot. So it's still the normal things I used to do. It's just since now this is more for fun than my life. I can kind of relax a little bit. I wouldn't say a lot, but definitely a little bit.
Okay, the last question. What's your own pick for your position in this tournament?
Well, my own pick would like to be first, but like anything else, you got to worry about what you got at hand. So my first goal tonight, of course, is going to be win my first match. And then if I win the match, we'll worry about the next match again. So, everybody comes here to win. Everybody's trying to win. But the trick is just bowl good, show up, feel like you're competitive, and then you just hope you get lucky. And that's what you're hoping for.
Best of luck to you, Robert.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert.
So there we had Robert Smith. But now I think first game's results are over there, and over there we can see Team Stampe, Juho Vuoppola, Mekan Decay, Ossian Kinnari, Matias Ankerdal, Pontus Falker winning their first games.
Then next set.
Emma Palerma, Timo Raatikainen, Petteri Salonen, Roni Leskinen, Gert Roos and Lukas Heijel. And the last 6 matches, Alex Joki, Robin Newberry, Juho Rissanen, Jussi Lainen. That was a game we didn't follow pretty much at all. Juho winning that first game, Patrick Päiviö, Joonas Jehkinen and Aatu Tapaninmäki. And like I mentioned, Santtu Tahvanainen had that scooting accident a couple of days ago. He has a broken bone in his hand. He's trying to bowl, still continuing, but obviously it's bothering him a lot.
Yeah. And
But in this game, it doesn't really matter if your opponent shoots like Aatu is doing.
Yeah. You have to be really good bowler to get over that.
Yeah. The first game 230 and now spare and an 8 bagger. That's the way to do.
2 from 7 kaato alusta Team Stampe.
Team Stampe has front 7 on pair 1 and 2.
Yeah. Let's watch what Aatu is doing now. And at the same time we can see the Jussi Laine and Juho Rissanen that we missed on the first
Yeah, we didn't follow that much, pretty much at all. And as you can see, it's been low scoring. Juho 188, Jussi 169. And all these 18 winners will go on to final step number 2, which will start tomorrow at 10 a.m. And all matches will be best of 5 until 4 players remain. Then in the semi-finals and finals it's going to be 1-game matches in a TV-like setup on lane pair 31 and 32.
So, Team Stampe.
A light hit leaving the 2-pin. But he's definitely going to win this second game, so he's going to be up 2-0. And Ossian Kinnari is keeping up very, very high scoring pace. First game 250, second game 270. And Kevin Melin has shot twice 240 and is down to nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes life is not fair. It can be frustrating. You're shooting 240s and end up losing every game, and on the next pair somebody's winning with 170, 180.
Yeah.
But there are differences obviously between pairs, and already 10-minute practice, it's been a dictate into which direction each pair is going. So all the scores are definitely not comparable between each other because differences between pairs can be huge.
246 and you lose.
Yeah, 493 and 0 points. Juho Vuoppola and Sanna Oksanen. Juho Vuoppola got the first one with a high game 260. This one, including handicap, is 5 points to Juho Vuoppola after 7 frames. Matthias Ankerdal is definitely going to win also the second game against Carl Eklund because Carl is struggling mightily. Only 120 points in 8 frames. Over here, Leevi Saikkala ties the game against Megan DK by shooting at least 240, and Megan's maximum with handicap is 230, so that is a done deal. Pontus Falkhel will beat Rami Mukkula the second time, so Pontus is up by 2-0. Emma spare and a 4-back, triple, sorry, 2-8 on, but still leading against Robert. That's low scoring.
Yeah,
Stella has 136 plus that 4, so 144, and if Ronnie doesn't make, Stella is up by a few pins. But 210 is obviously makeable. Well, not this time. So including handicap, Stella is up by 3 pins going into the 10th. And Robert Smith leaves a ring 10. Good shot, but not the end result what he was hoping for. Elisa Mehmet ties the game against Timo Rahtikainen, winning the second game. Gert Roos wins the second game also, so he's up by 2 against Robin Miklas. Petteri Salonen is down by 23 against Teemu Putkisto. And Santtu Juutilainen and Lukas Heijel, that game is also very low scoring. Both players going for 170s at the moment.
hard to tell.
Yeah, that's still quite even. Single digits. Alex Joki takes the second game also against Timo Tistarinen. Markus Lahti has won game 2 against Patrick Päivio, so that's 1-1. Joonas Jehkinen and Karo Hilokoski, that's a tight one. Joonas is up by 2 pins going into the 10th, but Karo has a strike in the 9th. Robin Newberry is up by 29 against Nicholas Carter. And after that, Nicholas Carter's shot looks to be on his way to win game number 2.
See,
Yeah, Jonas is up by 2 pins against Karo. Perfect. Really nailed that one. So now Jonas needs to double, and still Karo holds all the cards. Just making a second strike will definitely guarantee him a win. Nicholas Carter makes a spare on that super washout, but 29-point difference. All Robin Newberg needs is to stay clean the last 2 frames to go up by 2. And this is a must strike obviously for Jonas. And there you see pin deck camera, and we were able to see it was dead flush, perfect strike. And now Karo needs to make another one to shut out Jonas in game number 2. First one was really good. It's a little tighter, and he actually was quite soft into the pocket, leaving a very, very weak 7. So now Jonas needs a strike and 8 to win this second one also.
How we are in here. Whoa.
The line is struck. And Juha Rissanen has a 2:10 left. So he's up by 23, but with that 2:10 needs to turn around. Aatu Tapanen Mäki makes a split, and Santtu Tapanen has 2 spares, strike and the 10 pin. Oh, and Juha makes a spare, so it's still 23-point lead for him. Santtu makes his spare. Jonas just nailed it. Really deep in the pocket. And as you can see, Karo has 2-2-4. So Jonas needs 8 count or better with his fill ball to go up by 2. Based on those first 2 shots in the 10th, he will do it. But let's not guess anymore. Let's see what's really going to happen. And on the left, with that strike, Robin Newberry shuts out Nicholas Carter, so he's up by 2. That was a little tighter, but it still actually held so much, so it was a light hit. But nevertheless, 2-2-7, and Joonas Jehkinen takes a commanding 2-0 lead. Only a few games have some remaining frames, so we should be able to present standings after 2 games in a few minutes. In the meantime, we can see Tim Stampe has started again with a triple, and Niko Kärkkäinen has 1 open frame. That looks to be going on the way for a sweep for Tim Stampe. Kevin Melin gets little luck from pins, tripping 4-9. He hasn't really got any luck from Ossian Kinnari, who has shot 530 for 2.
So it seems now 3 and 4 is not high score.
Well, not this game anymore. But so no doubles for either players. Actually, Kevin Melin has a double in frames 2 or 3, but still not that high scoring anymore. Carl Ekun's struggles continue. 2 splits, although 1 is spared, but still Matthias Ankerdal leading by 2. Juha Vuoppola, who has won the first 2 games, has started again with a double against Sanna Oksanen. Great shot by Sanna over there. What did happen between Robert and Emma? Have they already finished their game? 13 and 14. No. Robert has made a single pin, and by doing that, Emma is including handicap 12 over and Robert is 9 under. So that's 21 in advantage for Emma and a perfect strike in the 9th. that would be a big of a surprise if Emma Palermo beats Robert Smith. Well, I don't know if it's a surprise. Obviously, I don't know how much Robert is playing these days, and I know, and we know that Emma is definitely playing a lot. But you would think if you're Emma or playing against this guy that there would be some kind of nerve game going on, but based on what has happened so far, it sure really hasn't bothered Emma at all. Stella's game has been okay. Triple, spare, now a bad shot, but he's still up a little bit against Roni Leskinen.
Vaihdetaan sen verran tässä Suomeen, että kun tuolla chatissa on kysytty, että missä näkee radat 27-28, niin ikävä kyllä siellä ei ole kiinteitä kameraa ulostulossa, eli meillä on ensimmäiset 6 kameraa vaan, jotka on tällä hetkellä syöttää niin sanotusti kiinteitä kuvaa tuonne Ballmaster Open puolelle, ja viimeiset 3 kameraa on ilman tietokonetta, joka kykenee työntää sitä eteenpäin. Että tämä viimeinen 12 rataa jää niin sanotusti vain meidän 2 käsien alle tässä näin, mitä me siirrellään.
Joo.
Konekapasiteetti välillä loppuu keskellä.
No nyt Emmalla on tossa paikko ja yhtään keilaahan Emma ei hukannut, eli paikko Kaarolla voittaisi Smithin pisteellä, vaikka Robert heittäisikin ne molemmat. Ja paikkohan siitä tulee. So now, after that spare, Emma needs to strike with her fill ball to shut out Robert. And of course Robert needs to strike with his second ball in the 10th. And that was a poor shot, but Brooklyn strike for Robert. And do remember, like I said, if they tie, Robert's gonna win, because in this case, women handicap is not considered to be equal with scratch score. So Emma needs to strike to shut out Robert.
Yeah. And for the English also, there is a static camera views on the Ballmaster Open channel. If you have a membership on there, you can see from lanes 1 to 24, and the last 3 cameras are missing due capacity of PCs on now.
So there's a technical statement from Rauli, and at the same time we did see that Emma struck with his fill ball, so she is now up 2-0 against Robert. Roni Leskinen, he has played nicely, double and triple, but also Stella has a triple, and including now she leaves a bucket. So Roni is up by a little more than about 10.
This is that one pin is quite crucial.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think Timo Raatikainen in the previous round, he won 2-0, and both wins were less than 6 pins. Alex Joki again is up by over 20 pins against Simon Tissarinen. Markus Lahti is leading by 19 against Patrick, but Patrick can force Markus to double, but now after leaving that soft 10, Markus takes game number 3, and he is up by 2-1. Alex is leading, like I said, 23 he is on his way sweeping Simon Tissari. I would say this is a must-track situation for Simon. Four, pulled it, 4-7. It looks like it's going to be the end of his tournament for this year. Round 1. Karo Hilokoski, Joonas Jiekkinen. Joonas Jiekkinen has missed a single pin in the first frame. I could see that he made a spare and super washout in frame 4, but Karo is up by 14. Nicholas Carter at the moment is leading against Robin Newberry, and Robin has taken the first 2 games, so Nicholas needs to win 3 straight. Oh, that was lucky. Pretty much the same what Jonas had the previous game in the 9th frame, where there was really poor shot straight into the nose, but somehow the messenger came out and took out the 4-pin for him. All the results or schedules, all prize money info and stuff you can find from the tournament website, which is bowling.fi, and from there you can find the tournament pages for this International Hammer Challenge. There you'll find the schedule for tomorrow's final steps, but final step number 2 will start tomorrow 10 a.m. and live stream with live commentary will continue all the way to the end of when the last ball is played in those TV-like finals for the top 4. Over here we can see it wasn't going for Santtu. The hand was bothering him too much. I really don't know, was it really worth it going over there and risk his health. But Aatu Tapanimäki beats Santtu Tahvanen in straight 3 games. And based on the scores, Juho Rissanen has already won twice and looks to be on his way through.
We check here, we have already Team Stampe, Ossian Kinnari, who are in on the tomorrow. Get 2. And Aatu Tapanimäki. All the rest are still playing.
My guess is there's going to be 2 matches going into the fifth and decided game. I've seen many times in these best of 5 games that the other player is dominating for those first 2 games, and then lane transitions and the field totally flips, and the other player, who has probably lost quite clearly those first 2 games, goes on and sweeps the last 3 and goes on. It can happen in bowling. But for example in tennis, where the court is not changing that much, that hardly happens. But in bowling, losing after winning the first 2 is not that uncommon. Alex Joki is going to drop Simon Tissanen in straight 3 games. There's the cosmetics. He didn't need it. Still struck. What about the other pairs? Now Santtu Juutilainen has found his rhythm. He's 37 over. And Lucas Heil missed the headpin, so there's going to be a 4th game. Lucas Heil was up to nothing, but now it's 2-1. Petteri Salonen and Putkisto are playing very nicely. Putkisto is, well, Teemu is only 4 over. Petteri is 29 over. So it's 25 in advantage for Petteri and only 2 remaining frames in the 3rd game. I would think it's Elisa Mehmet who is up 2 games to 1 against Timo based on the scores. No. Roni Leskinen and Stella Lökfors. Did Roni win in straight 3 games? Because they are not continuing. Yes. And as you can see, the total 571 Stella and 604. So only 33 pin difference and still a sweep for Roni. Okay. Tight games and all of them went in favor of Roni. In case with Robert Smith and Emma Palerma, Robert Smith has 2 open frames, even though Emma has also 1, including handicap. He is up by 20. And by striking over here, I would say sweep is on his way, and that's what happened. We'll come back to that match later on. Pontus Falkel beat Rami Mukula in straight 3 games. Megan Dickey and Leevi Saikkala, it was 1-1 in the graphics, but we can see that Megan's last game is 2:30, so it's Megan up by 2-1. Sanna Oksanen beat Juho Vuoppola in 3rd game and hangs on. Kaaro Eklund also beat Matthias Ankerdal in the 3rd game and is still hanging on, now leading by 8. Team Stampe beat Niko Kärkkäinen in straight games, and so did Ossian Kinnari, but those we had already in the graphics. Juha Rissanen and Jussi Laine, low scoring play. Both have 70 something in frame number 5. What about on the next pair? Kilokoski and Jehkinen. Karo actually left at 3-7. The mark would do for him to reduce it to 2-1, but if he's unable to make a spare, Jonas can. It's a 2 count? No. By doing that, Jonas can actually win the game. 2 strikes and 9. That was a tricky situation. Going for a spare and win the match for sure, or take out the 2 and guarantee at least a tie. Well, Karo obviously went for the spare, only got 1, and now Jonas can win it by striking twice. Nicholas Carter only needs to make a spare and 7 count to win the third game against Robbie Newberry. My guess is still that there's going to be 2 matches going the distance.
So lanes 1 and 4 camera is now lanes 33 and 36, so there is a possibility to check how it's going on.
Yeah, since nobody... Oh, terrible shot for Jonas. Definitely another strike, so there's going to be a 4th game also. Yeah, that's because nobody's playing anymore on lanes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Therefore, we were able to switch to the end part of the bowling center, and you can watch Laine Rissanen on that camera. But yeah, Hilokoski and Carter both reduce their difference to 2-1. This is a tight game between Markus Lahti and Patrick Päiviö. Lahti is up by 2 games to 1. Now misses the headpin, and that match is actually tied. Over here, Timo Raatikainen is actually building a comeback against Elisa Mehmet. At the moment, that's going to be at least the first one to go the distance. Okay, Timo is only up by 14, including handicap. So anything is still possible in that game 4. Teemu Putkisto and Petteri Salonen. Petteri Salonen is up by 2-1. So is Lukas Heijel, but they are in the beginning of their game. So let's watch this. Very important strike for Timo Raatikainen.
Seeing on here, there's still going 3 pairs on this page.
And Emma Palermo did beat Robert Smith in straight games. And with that leave Elisa Mehmet, Timo Raatikainen is forcing 5th game. Well, still a possibility if Timo opens up, loses a lot of count, and Elisa Mehmet strikes out in the 10th. But it looks like there's going to be the 5th and deciding game. Any kind of mark is enough for Timo. Actually, 9 miss is enough. Well, that is enough. Timo wins game number 4. Leevi Saikkala looks like he's going to force also a 5th game. Mega Dike has a very poor game. Including handicap, he's still 26 under par, and Leevi is 13 over, so that is definitely guaranteed that it's going to be a 5-game match. This one also is on its way to a 5th game. Yeah, that was a poor shot by Carl Eklund. But he is up by 10 against Matthias Ankerdal. Now Juho Vuoppola has started with 2 splits. There can actually be 4 matches going the distance. And all of them except Raatikainen and Mehmet have been 2-0 to somebody, and the other player has come back, winning games 3 and 4. Well, like I said, in bowling it happens since the lane changes.
Yeah, and the mental wise, when you have been winning by 2 and then taking back, it makes
Obviously, it's
really
harder
hard.
for the one
Yeah.
who led to zip. Yeah, that's true. Here, 27-28. Markus Lahti and Patrick Päiviö. Markus Lahti is up 2-1 and is up by 3 pins going into the 10th. I think we should follow this match.
Oh, I have been missed by saying that you should always like these YouTube videos.
Yeah,
That makes it showing more people that bowling is fun.
yeah, really. With that strike, Markus Lahti forces Patrick Päiviö to strike twice.
And we did get the 5th like. 6. Oh, somebody is watching this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Please do remember. No, that's the end of the tournament for Patrick Päiviö. Markus Lahti will progress by winning 3-1 against Patrick Päiviö. Robin Newberry and Nicholas Carter game is quite even after 3 frames, but Hilokoski, Jehkinen, Karo has 2 splits and Jonas has a triple, so it's already 44-point advantage for him. That was unlucky, by the way, what happened to Nicholas Carter. Bouncing messenger hit the 10 pin, but it only wobbled, didn't go down. Over here, I think, yes, Juho Rissanen beat Jussi Laine in 3 straight games.
So now we can change the 1 4 lane camera to 2020.
29-32
Yeah. Yeah.
to this camera that we're showing. Oh, Jonas missed it, leaving 210. In the meantime, over here it looks like Sanna Oksanen is going to force that 5th game against Juho Vuoppola, even though Juho just tripled, but Sanna has stayed clean, has 4 strikes in a row. And on this pair 7 and 8, it's all pretty much guaranteed that there's going to be that 5th game. Carl Ekholm is going to win the 4th game. And that makes it 100% sure that he wins game number 4. A little raw shot from Sanna, leaving that flat 10 over there. But it looks good for her, including handicap 35 over, and Juho Vuoppola is 4 under, so that means 39-point difference. Karo doubles, so 14 under and 4 over, so it's only 18 points. And Robin Newberry opened in the 4th. Nicholas Carter, even though he had that kind of unlucky break, he's already up by 16. So even that game looks to be going the distance. And now the messenger takes out the 10 pin for Nicholas Carter. 26-point lead for him. A little tight, although also a little unlucky. Solid 8, and that bouncing pin came up from the gutter, but just wasn't able to trip down that 8 pin. Nicholas Carter up in the 7th frame. This time leaving the 10 pin, and since Robin Nuber has that double, he can reduce the difference to 5. What about Karo Hilokoski? Missed it inside. Oh, actually it stayed. It was perfect pocket hit. So only 8-point difference. Let's see Robin Nuber's answer to Nicholas Carter's leave. A good light mixer. Both these matches are quite tight. Over here Timo Raatikainen has opened twice. So has Elisa Mehmet. But since she has that handicap, she's up by 13. Good strike for Timo. Elisa misses the pocket, leaves just 2 pin. On this pair, Lucas Hale is going to finish off Santtu Juutilainen in 4 games. And that guarantees it. Lucas Hale will advance. Petteri Salonen will also advance against Teemu Putkisto. That is already certain. By the way, Petteri has played pretty nicely. That was only the 2nd time he left something in this game, and that was the 9th frame. So on this camera, both matches are done. Lucas Hale and Petteri Salonen advancing. And in here it's guaranteed that Sanna wins, like we already said before. So there's going to be the 5th game. Ankerdal and Eklund have already started their 5th game. And Leevi Saikkala and Mega DK are playing 5th games. This is the most important area at the moment. Stay here. Robin Nuberi is now up by 5. And 2 frames to go. That's a bad one. Oh, it stayed. It held up and actually didn't grab the lane at all. But a okay light hit, and with that strike, he's up by 15. Terrible shot, but it still held. Wow. I didn't see that one coming. But it did. So Joonas Jehkinen 14 over, Karo 5 under, so that is 19-point advantage for Joonas after 7 frames. Good light mixer for Nicholas Carter. So going into the 10th, Robin Nuber is leading by 5 points. And he is up by 2 games to 1 after 3 games. Nice reaction for Karo. 4 pin taking down the 7 like it should. Keeping the pressure on Joonas. Robin Newberry going first in the 10th. He's leading by 5. Well, that was quite unfortunate. Wobbling 5-7 from light hit. That 5-pin should have gone down, but it didn't. Like you just saw, perfect reaction for Joonas Jääkinen. Now it's 29-point advantage for him. Absolutely nailed it. Nicholas Carter wins game number 4 and forces a 5th game against Robin Newberry. That's irrelevant because his maximum is 231 and Nicholas Carter is already 38 over. Carl keeping the pressure on Joonas. 19 is the difference. Yeah, that's enough. At least 4 games, matches have gone to 5th games. Maybe Joonas is actually trying to go faster and straighter, because that looked like pretty much the same as the previous time on this lane 31. The only difference this time, he did leave that 7-pin. Now he's up by 18. It's still up for grabs for Karo in the 10th frame. Although Joonas holds all the keys in his hands by doubling in the 10th, he's gonna shut out Karo, but still a tight one. And over here you can see Lahti, Joki, Rissanen and Tapanimäki already advancing. And now this needs to be a strike for Karo. First one, he has to get it. Really, really good shot. Totally nailed it. Nicholas Carter, once again, a perfect shot. In that match, it was destined to go to Robin Newberry, and now Nicholas Carter is clearly the favorite. He's actually hooking more on this lane 32, because I would think it's intentional on 31 to go straighter and faster. But with that strike, he still holds all the keys, and Karo, he needs this second one. And also, Karo's maximum is 225. Even if he strikes and Joonas doesn't, Karo needs to have a 9 count with his fill ball. No. That's the end of it. Joonas Jähkinen, also called Jehkinen, advances to tomorrow's round 2 with 3-1 win against Karo. Over here we have 2 matches that has gone to 5 games. Sanna Oksanen in a commanding lead, including handicap 27 is her lead after 4 frames. Matthias Ankerdal has rebounded, although an open frame in the 3rd, but double and triple. And Carl Eklund is 3 under and Ankerdal is 16 over, so that is 19-point advantage for Ankerdal after 6 frames. And also that game was Ankerdal taking the first 2 and then Eklund rebounding and taking games 3 and 4.
Jesselle tiedoksi, että meillä ei tule kameraäänet meidän korviin ollenkaan. Niin tiedä kuka huutelee siellä kameran lähistöllä tällä hetkellä. Voi olla Santtu. Voi olla myös toinen Santtu.
No joku kylähyllahan se siellä on.
But back to the games. Ankerdal in a position, striking here. And what a shot, perfect. Now he's up by 29. Sanna Oksanen was actually quite lucky, could have been 4-10 easily. The 25 over.
Saatiin sitten vähän tarkempaa tietoa kotikatsomoista, että ilmeisesti Salonen pitää ääntä.
Niin. Sellaista se on. Leevi Saikkala, Megan Decay, and now we can see Megan comes on top in the 5th game and will advance to tomorrow's round 2 by beating Leevi Saikkala 3 games to 2. And Ankerdal, if he strikes here, that would make it 39. I would say strike here and Matthias will win definitely his 5th game. Light hit and leaving a 5-pin. Carl Eklund responds with a perfect strike. Now it's 18-point advantage for Ankerdal. Sanna Oksanen, light hit and a good strike. Staying ahead firmly against Juho Vuoppola. That hook early, it really hit a dry spot, and it looks like that Juho is a little surprised. I would think, based on how he's acting over there, that he was surprised what happened. He thought it was a good shot. Carl Eklund strikes and reduces the difference to 8. And since Robin Nuber and Nicholas Carter are still in the 4th frame, so we keep our camera over here. And after Juho Vuoppola opened up, it looks certain that Sanna Oksanen is going to win the decided 5th game. But now, Ankerdal. Week 10. 7-point advantage to him, but Carl Eklund has a strike in the 9th. That's interesting. The 5th game goes into the 10th frame. 4-shot Susanna, but leaving 3-6-10. Easy spare for Ankerdal. So 7 pins. And Carl Eklund is going up first in the 10th. Easy spare for Sanna. He's staying ahead quite clearly, and I don't see that match turning around anymore. But in bowling I've seen stranger things than that.
Now I have to ask that, do I keep the lane camera sound or do I change it on other lane camera?
Yeah, please comment on that on chat. Eklund strikes, and that forces Ankerdal to double. And obviously Eklund striking the second time wins the match. But that would present a pretty tasty comeback for Eklund if he ends up winning actually this 5th game. No, straight to the nose. Carl Eklund, he can lose 4 pins with these 2 shots. So 8-0, 7-1 is enough. I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. And it does. So Carl Eklund is the winner against Matthias Ankerdal. A thriller. A nice match to watch. But in the end, Carl Eklund prevails and he's through to 2nd round, which will be played tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And also Sanna Oksanen will beat Juha Vuoppola, so we switch to this last remaining match. But as you can see, Nicholas Carter doubles and Robin Newberry has 72 pins after 6 frames. So there's also a comeback. Nicholas Carter did lose the first 2 games against Robin Newberry, but then rolled out 3 straight and is going to advance for tomorrow's 2nd round.
So on this point we can see this is not yet updated.
No, but we know that Carl
yeah.
Eklund and Sanna Oksanen are going to win. Eklund actually did already win.
It
updated, yeah.
And on here we can see that Emma Palermo, Elisa Mehmet, Petteri Salonen, Roni Leskinen, Gert Truus and Lucas Heijel has been promoted to Sunday morning.
Yes. And tomorrow in round 2 there will be 32 players remaining. So all these 18 winners from this round 1 plus top 14 from qualification. And like this, the seeding will be based on qualification, and all the matches are going to be played highest seed, lowest seed, and then the next match 2nd lowest and 2nd highest, and so on. And all the matches will be best of 5 until 4 remain. And in those TV set like kind of finals, there's going to be 2 one-game semifinals and a 1-game final.
Now it's official.
Yes, Oksanen wins.
Yep.
And Nicholas Carter has already guaranteed that he's going to win against Robin Newberry. Robin Newberry totally lost his game in this 5th one because the previous game was still a tight one. Robin actually shot 230, and now barely over 100. But it can happen when lane transitions and obviously midway in this decisive game he saw that nothing is happening, so sort of gave up, in my opinion.
So we have still 2 frames for this ninth.
Tomorrow, after that second round, lanes will be redressed. After that there will be no lane maintenance. Obviously those lanes for the top 4, but for round of 16 and round of 8, no more lane maintenance, because we have enough fresh pairs to play on.
So technically Juho hasn't been yet ended his game, but it's already on the graphics.
Yes. And tournament website bowling.fi, and over there Hammer Challenge. Tournament website, you can find all the details you want to know, prize money, schedules, lane pattern, anything you want to know, you can find it there. So that's the day for Nicholas Carter.
Juho throw the last ball on his lane,
And this is the last one of the day.
whoa,
Well, it didn't really matter.
yeah.
But that concludes Saturday, first final day of this year's 3rd International Hammer Challenge. We will come back tomorrow morning starting 10 a.m. with final step number 2. So for now, me and Rauli, we would like to thank you all the viewers, and do come back tomorrow 10 a.m. when we continue. See you tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.